and welcome to this episode of Everyday Enchantment. I am your host, Stacey, and we are on the cusp of summer. Yes. Although it's already gone in Maryland, where I live, from being kind of wintry, early spring chilly to it's in the 90s. So we kind of skip over that beautiful spring 70s and 80s in Maryland sometimes, or we just vacillate back and forth. And I do love this time of a year because we're getting to the point where we're straddling the halfway mark. And I always love to ask myself, okay, what's going on? What's been going on in the first part of the year? And what am I doing to create an intention for the next half of the year? And you got summer kind of right smack in the middle of the energy of that. So some reflection and some fun. And I think a lot of people think of summer as, right, the season and energy of fun. However, the reality I have noticed from working with people for years now is that summer sounds fun. It sounds like it's going to be this great time with laid back trips and vacation and time off and hanging at the beach or a barbecue or whatever it is that you find to be fun and relaxing and lighting you up. I find that for a lot of people, summer absolutely is the opposite of fun. It feels stressful because of body images, and I've spoken about that on several episodes. So if you are curious more about that, check out one of the episodes with Kelly Backer because we talk a lot about how to be in relationship different with our bodies. And I also think that there's a lot of work behind an effortless barbecue or what have you that maybe we don't acknowledge and we don't always realize. So, today on the episode, I really wanted to talk about how you can make enchantment easier this summer for yourself. And a couple years ago, I really got into this like whole idea of summer being way more fun and less work because to me when things are a lot of work, and now I'm not talking about a lot of effort because effort, sometimes you might put some effort into something. I'm talking about the kind of work where you wish you weren't doing it and it feels like it's sucking all of your energy. Again, I'm all about how do we walk around with this beautiful, not perfectly balanced because I don't believe in that, but we really do pay attention to our own energy systems, our mental energy, our emotional, our physical, our spiritual. We put all those layers, we put some attention toward them. And so here is the tip, tool, whatever you want to call it, technique that is simple, simple, simple. That's going to bring some more magic right to your summer because I've field tested this already, and it is quite effective. And it's just a question because my signature way of going about enchantment and creating a life that's easier and more fun is about asking questions and getting curious and not making it way more work to do the less work. Okay. So without further ado, I am going to say that this first came right from the Staples commercial years ago, the easy button, which I don't think Staples created, but I could be wrong about that because I think that phrase was around before Staples decided that that was a great marketing tool, which I absolutely agree. And it's a great life tool. So, how can we hit the easy button on our summer? I think that's a great question to ask yourself as the next, like, I don't know, 2 months. So, this is like kind of a wider view of summer and really thinking about, okay, what would make summer easier for me? Would it be, signing my littles up for some, summer camps? Would it be a longer vacation, like 2 weeks instead of only a week? I find myself just getting into vacation space and then it's like, oh, it's over. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's clearing a particular day of the week and just having nothing on the schedule. I don't know the answer for you, only you know that. However, that question about how could summer be easier. I want you, or I challenge you, to spend a little time thinking about that as an overview of your entire like June, July, and August. And then I also want you in your back pocket after you kind of really think about that. And maybe there's one thing that comes to mind. Maybe there's something you really don't want to do that you feel obligated to do. And so you decide, okay, we're not doing that this year. Maybe it's a big party you always had and it just feels like a lot of work this year. So it's a no. I also want you to carry this tool around on the regular. So if schedules are different and kids are home, or just again, life is just in flux in a different way, how do you really hit the easy button on a day or a week? If something you want to put together, casual get together, or you want to do something that sounds fun, like a little beach day or whatever, maybe you want to go to the mountains, or maybe you just want to have a day to yourself. How can it be easier to do? And I think most of the time we just kind of default to our patterns, which don't necessarily come on the easy path. And I also think sometimes the mind, this beautiful brain we have, can absolutely complicate things. So I want this for me too. How do I take it down to the least common denominator? What really needs to be done here and what can go? If I can strip some things away, maybe I'm not going to make 5 courses all from scratch and I'm going to go to 3 stores to get the perfect thing. Maybe I ask for more help this summer. Maybe I put something that I've always wanted to do at the top of the list and I go do it by myself. There's lots of ways for us to really think about how fun can be, how ease can be when we just take a pause and we start to ask ourselves, if summer is going to be enchanting for you, what does that mean? What does it look like if you started to ask yourself that? Now, you could say, oh, Stacey, if I could do whatever, and it was woven with enchantment, right? It's complicated and expensive and all that. So that's where this question is so important to me. It's easy button. And you can even use it, as I mentioned, with the body images, because I know a lot of us are like, I'm not going to wear this bathing suit, or I'm not going to wear sleeveless, right? Like there's so much that mental energy about how our bodies are showing up in summer, and I shouldn't eat that even though it sounds delicious. So how can we make it easier? Like sometimes we can just make it easier. Like I'm going to skip the drama and I'm just not even going to go there. So you tell me what you think about this, but I absolutely love this tool. It's one of my favorites. I use it year round, but I think it's a really perfect tool for summer as well. And if you want to talk to me or ask me any questions or share some of your own insight around this, pop over to my Facebook group, Everyday Enchantment, and join in the conversation we're having on the regular about things like this. And if you want that one-on-one support, which, hello, who doesn't want amazing guides to help them? Like that's the definition of the easy button, is getting a coach or some other support in your life to help you, again, put some of these new behaviors and patterns into place. So my website is in the show notes. Please check it all out. And I will talk to you on the flip side the next episode. Thank you so much for listening. That's it for now, loves. Thank you for tuning into this episode. Get all the juicy details and links we've mentioned in the show notes. If learning more about how you can use your own enchantment to live a oh hell yes life, come get your own coaching session with me by going to staceyandon.com and signing up for my homepage. And as always, come chat with me about this topic and all things enchantment in my Facebook group, Everyday Enchantment. See you on the flip side.